quarter two has been a heyday for the next generation of day traders. We're seeing, amateurs have really thrived during the quarter, while professional investors are getting criticized left and right here. Could you maybe shed some light on this phenomenon and what this might mean moving forward, Craig?
Yeah, so I mean, during the COVID quarantine, there was a lot of people that were signing up for free direct brokerage accounts through companies like Robinhood, and in Canada, they were doing it through Wealthsimple and other companies. So there's been a lot of that happening just because I think, frankly, people were bored and there was something to do. I'm an avid follower of Warren Buffett, as I think everyone who knows me knows that. And, you know, Buffett and Berkshire have had a really rough couple of years in performance, and it's not, it's not that they've somehow lost the mojo or forgotten how to invest properly. It just happened that they've had a couple of rough years, and in that same time period, there's been a lot of amateur investors who've done really well, and you see it there even in guys like Dave Portnoy at Barstool Sports are running investing shows now, and Dave Portnoy, I don't think he actually even believes what he says when it comes to investing, but he's selling it as an entertainment, and so that's what it's become. It's day trading has become entertainment during this COVID crisis, but it's leading to a lot of unsustainable and reckless behavior. I think all of this, amateur investing, and a good example of that is with the airline stocks, because Berkshire actually owned positions in all the four major U.S. airlines, and they actually sold them back in March. And they sold them because they felt that the business's quality of those four airlines had deteriorated to the point where they didn't want to own them anymore. During that same time that they were selling them, a lot of amateur investors were buying them, and the theory was that they had dropped so much that, hey, there's value here now, and I'm going to get in on this cheap price. And those amateurs have done really well in the short term, but I think it still remains to be seen what's going to happen long term with something like that, like an airline, because there was a story a couple of days ago where United Airlines is warning about half of their staff that they're either going to be furloughed or just let go. So companies that are letting go half of their staff, that's not a good sign for their future prospects. And I would be very concerned if I owned stocks in United Airlines right now.
Yeah, a lot of uncertainty for demand of air travel there, and I know, Craig, maybe you could speak to even the amount of debt that we're seeing airlines have to take on right now, and what that obviously means to their businesses, or can potentially mean to their businesses moving forward.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the travel industry has been devastated, and we don't actually know what the demand's going to look like going forward, and that's one of the main reasons why I wouldn't invest. But a company like United is burning $40 million a day in cash just to keep their operations going, meaning that they're losing $40 million every day. And that money that they're using for that is new debt that they're taking on. So if you looked at the business of the airlines before COVID, what's happened during COVID is basically the demand is no better and probably a lot worse than it was pre-COVID. The businesses have taken on a lot of debt to survive during this time period. And there's just a lot of uncertainty, right? So, I think the airlines had reasonably good businesses pre-COVID, but you add on the debt and you take away a lot of the demand, and that demand might be permanently gone in cases of like business travel, because we've learned that you can do a lot of meetings through Teams or through Zoom, and you don't have to fly around the country to have these meetings. So that demand might be permanently gone, and so it's not a business that I think is very attractive right now.